we're speaking with, kind of industry experts to gather kind of background, and then the information is it's aggregated, and the report it's not generally shareable, but we if you have some questions, I'm happy to try and address them as we go through. Maybe just one other question I could ask. Your article mentioned, working in areas such as Alzheimer's or rare orphan diseases. I'm just curious, with the orphan diseases, is there a need? Do you see the need for this small size volume device, or is it larger, slightly larger volume? So.
No, I cannot, of course, disclose which is the program here, but in this case, the requirement is, again, flexibility in the dosage for the third injection, or at least a couple of injections per day for some orphan disease in some way, rare disease.
Sure.
And the concept is having again something which is discrete, small, and super flexible in the injection dose or injection time.
Sure, and just I understand no real details, but is that something where the pod it's being attached for 3 days, like the example written up, or is it
Like what?
is it is the pod staying on the body for, say, 3 days, and you looking at 5 mL, or like just conceptually, is it the same kind of concept there as what you wrote about in the article?
Yes and no. So I say that of course the device, the pod can stay in your body. It is a general habit for a maximum of 3 days. When you have something put in your body, the general recommendation from the World Health Organization is that in order to avoid some kind of potential risk of contamination, after 3 days you should exchange what is piercing your skin. We say whatever is the device, could be also a blood glucose meter, that the small one that is. There are many examples today into the market that are connected with your mobile phone and telling which is punctual blood glucose level. This you can replace after 3-4 days. Here is the same.
Sure.
When you have a therapy requiring within 3 days a particular time of injection with a particular quantity or a particular regimen, this is one potential candidate for such kind of device. Right.
Okay. Great. Well, let me just check in terms. So in the controller, that's programmable, depending on how fast you may want the injections to go or how long. I mean, that programs the pod, but does the disposable pod, is that same technology is getting applied in different therapy areas? Is that your strategy with the platform? So.
What do you mean with same technology?
like looking at the picture, for example, you have the pod that attaches and then you have your controller. So when you talk about the rare diseases, is that the same kind of technology, or are there different versions of this, beyond what's in the picture of the article?
No, we show what we have. We are able to show. There are some other programs that are of course confidential and with some design iterations that are, let's say, peculiar for customers that are not shown here. I cannot mention if it is related to a therapeutic area rather than even a software of the system, but you may have different design iteration.
Sure. Okay. And would any of your designs, we mentioned the Sensile system, which is on a belt, because it gets to be, the device is large, and would your systems go in that direction? But you mentioned that you're positioned to be, small. So would you go in the direction of? Yeah.
No, not with this particular device. It is not intended to be provided with an external line with an external needle.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I don't
they say
know.
It is a totally different architecture.
Right. Yes, you made that clear, and I think you explained it well. And thanks for pointing out about the at the conference. And I don't think I have any other questions at this time. So I appreciate you taking the time. And perhaps we have.
This is not a problem. From our end, it would be interesting to know the result of these, let's say, research that you are doing and how we could, benefit from this. We are in the, as I said, in the wearable space with one particular, let's say, program, which is one iteration is shown here in the article. But we are also in many other programs with our technology of assembling devices, for instance, or with our primary packaging. It would be interesting to know if, according to your opinion, the work that you're doing could have some, let's say, benefit. In this case, I'm just saying we are open to consider.
Yeah, so once I finish kind of the interviews and, kind of write maybe a summary, I think I could share some kind of high-level bullets or like takeaways, from, various, industry experts that I've talked to. And, I think I could probably share that with you, which may or may not be helpful, maybe information you already know, but, in the spirit of collaboration and, what can you gain, I can do that. It probably will be a few more weeks, before I have that. But if that would be helpful to you.
You're in the space of, let's say, healthcare, let's say, life science, something like that. So it could be interesting also from our side to understand what you're doing and which kind of, let's say, added value. We are in this space, but more generally, we are into these, let me say, healthcare, also with other devices, with the technology to make the devices, and of course with the primary packaging. So I was in some way surfing your very interesting site, and to me it's coming to my mind that we could have some, let's say, possible point of contact. But just for you to think, and then we can be back.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you so much for talking with us, and I think that's it for now. So thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yep. Thank you.
Bye-bye.